Shabbat Shalom and welcome everyone. It's so wonderful to be together to bring in the Holy Shabbat, the Holy Sabbath, and of course to celebrate Yael as she becomes Bat Mitzvah this Shabbat. Our services tonight we'll be using the Sidur Lev Shalem, the red books that look like this, you can find either under your seat or tucked in the seat in front of you. And we're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem. You can find it on page 5 as Cantor Rubinstein leads us. Amud 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, Vachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, Zeitchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ya-na-na-na-na, 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 ya-na-na-na, ya-na-na-na-na. Ya na 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 ya na 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 ya na 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 ya na 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 ya na 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 ya na na na.
We turn now to Yedid Nefesh, page 10.
Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Meshoch Avdach El Retzonach Yarutz Avdach Kemo Hayal Yishtachaveh mul hadarach ki yenav lo yedidutach minofetzu v'chol ta'am yanai-nai-nai yanai-nai-nai yanai-nai yanai-nai-nai yanai-nai-nai yanai Adonai Ziv haolam, nafshi cholat ahavatach, ana elna refana la, beharot la noam zivach, az titchazek vetitrapeh, behaita la shivchat olam, yanai-nai-nai, yanai-nai-nai, yanai-nai. Ya-na-na-na, ya-na-na-na, ya-na-na.
We turn now to page 11, Lechuna Ranana. Let us go and sing to our God.
Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Nadia, Nadia, litzur yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda. Nadia, Nadia, litzur yishenu, bizmirot Nadia lo. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai.
And we turn now to page 20, Romamu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
We turn now to Or Tzion on page 23.
לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה. רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי. אל יריש בן פרסי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
We rise at this time and turn towards the door. It's a moment to let go of all the stresses and anxieties and pains that have plagued us over the week that's passed and to enter a moment of pure peace, a moment of reflection and holiness. To welcome Shabbat into our hearts, we take a deep breath in, breathing in all of God's blessing. We exhale, letting go of all of our anxieties as we enter this holy moment and welcome the Sabbath Queen, Bo'iva Shalom, come in peace, our bride Shabbat.
Bo'iva Shalom, Mahateret ba'Allah, Gam besimcha ub'tzola, Toch emunei segula, boi chala, boi chala.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabel avua. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabel. And we are seated as we turn now to page 27, the Psalm for Shabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. צדיק התמר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ברעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו.
Page 29.
מקולות מים רבים אדירים משברי המדיר במרום מרוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לביתך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Mourners and those observing a yahrzeit, rise at this time, joining with me in the words of Kaddish on page 30. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divara kerutei, ve'yamelnich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zaman kariv, ve'imeru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'alam Ul'olmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpawar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yithalal Shemei Dekudsha B'riach Hu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechamata Da'amiran Be'alma V'imeru Amen. Yehei Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshevei Tevel V'imeru Amen. And we are seated. Yael, Mazel Tov to you and to your family. We're also excited to be celebrating and looking forward to some of the prayers that you'll lead us in today and everything that is on deck for tomorrow. We are very excited. One of my teachers said it's kind of like a roller coaster this weekend, and this is that little drop, and then tomorrow's the big one. It's so wonderful to be with all of you who are here with us in the sanctuary today celebrating Shabbat, and of course here celebrating Yael, and also to know that we're joined by so many who are with us online: Barbara, Steve, Mark, Susie, Mindy, Mitch, Rob, Allison, Michael, Yayoy, and James, as well as so many others who have not said anything in the chat. I know that the Kinishinskis certainly feel your love this evening. This week, we read in the Torah, Parshat Lech Lecha, which begins with God's call to Avram, to the person who will become known as Abraham, who is the very first Jew and the founder not just of the Jewish faith, but who Christians and Muslims and Baha'i and other faith traditions look to as the progenitor of their faith, the first vocal monotheist who shares with the world a mission and an idea of a single God that created and truly loves each of us. And that what is fascinating about the narrative of Avram, of Abraham, is that he is introduced with God calling to him, Lech lecha, go for yourself, from the place that you know, from your tribe, from your land, from your parents' house, to the place that I will show you, and you will be a blessing. And that the only thing we know about Abraham before this time is his genealogy. At the end of last week's Torah portion, which discussed the story of Noah and the ark and the flood that happened at that time, we have Noah had a kid, and that kid had a kid, going 10 generations until we get to Avram. But we don't know anything about who this person is and why God chooses them. There are stories about Abraham, about Avram as a child. Stories like that the rabbis come up with. Some of you know the story of Abraham smashing the idols. That his father, according to one rabbinic story, that his father was an idol maker who sold idols as a business. This was the family business. He wanted his son to follow him in that business and puts him in charge of the idol shop. And then Abraham smashes all the idols except the biggest one. And when his dad gets home, his dad says, "Oh my God, what happened?" And Abraham says, "Well, there was somebody who came to bring an offering to one of the idols." And then each of the idols started fighting over which one should enjoy the offering, and the biggest one smashed all the other ones. And his father says to him, "What, you think I'm a fool? Obviously that didn't happen. These idols can't do anything." And then he says, "Aha, then why do you worship them?" There's another story where Abraham is said that he's looking at the sky and he sees the sun and he's, wow, the sun is so incredible. The sun is so beautiful. There were others around him that worshiped the sun. And he said, we should worship the sun. But then he saw that the sun set and he said, the moon is more powerful than the sun. We should worship the moon. And there were others around him who were worshiping the moon. And then, of course, the sun rises. And he says, this doesn't make sense. And that according to these traditions, this is what leads him to be this person that hears God's call and makes a difference and is a blessing to the world. But what I think is actually more beautiful is that in the Torah itself, none of these explanations are there. Abraham is just any of us, is just a person. Is just a person who sees that there is a right thing to do in the world and takes that act, takes that leap, takes that step. It's not about that Abraham was such an amazing or special person. It's to teach us that each and every one of us can be like an Abraham, can be like a Sarah, can be like a Yael Kanashinsky, can be a person who steps up, who sees what is right to do in the world and does the right thing and makes a difference. It begins with God saying to Abraham, go for yourself, that this is going to be for your benefit. But ultimately, what is God's blessing to Abraham? Not just that I will bless you, but that you will be a blessing to the world, that all the nations of the earth will bless themselves by you, which is to say that what is truly holy and what God asks and calls upon us to do isn't only to experience God's largesse and blessing and to enjoy the things that we experience in the world, and indeed the rabbis say that we should do that, but also to recognize that we have the power to make the world a place filled with blessings for others, and that each of us can be a blessing to the people that we love, the people within our communities, the people within our families, and the people beyond that we have never met or encountered, just because doing the right thing and showing kindness and goodness and bringing that into the world brings blessing for everyone. Each of us who are fortunate enough to know Yael well know that she is such a person who truly brings blessing and joy and goodness into every encounter that she has with others and into every community that is shaped by her presence. So may it be for all of us. Shabbat Shalom. Yael's going to lead us now in the Baruch Hu, the call to prayer. Come on up. We're going to rise. Please stand, page 39. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. And we are seated, but still on page 39.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvahot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ari v'aravi.
Page 40.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Haken Adonai Eloheinu B'shochveinu uvkumeinu Nasiach bechukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Yael leads us now in the Shema, our declaration of faith, page 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levacha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים כאלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, ושתבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך בימים. שמעתי לפני זה. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת ומונקת וכמובן.
Amen.
Page 44.
ומלכותו ורצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה ושמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ובניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלינו ואמרו זה אלינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Page 45, Hashkivenu, a prayer of peace.
השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ושמור
Tzeiteinu Voenu
L'chaim u'shalom
Me'ata ve'ad olam
Hashkivenu
Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai Hapores sukat shalom aleinu Ve'al kol amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim.
We all rise as we turn to page 46, and our bat mitzvah, Yael, leads us in Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam.
Whoa, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam.
B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam b'rit olam.
Ki sheshet yamin asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam b'rit olam.
Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam b'rit olam.
Al ken beracha.
Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Cantor's going to do that one.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechonu v'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv. V'imru
Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach. Le'olam u'lomei olmaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroma v'yinaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shmei dekudsha
B'richu
le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata
tushbechawata v'nechamata.
ta'amiran ve'alma v'imru.
Amen. We remain standing now for the Friday night Amidah recited in silent personal prayer, beginning on page 47. This is a chance to offer the prayers of your heart or the prayers on your page. When you've completed your personal prayer, feel free to be seated.
Shiva Ruach Omorid Hageshem Machal.
offer a special prayer of healing for all those who are ill.
That was loud.
Mi shebeirach avotenu mekor habracha lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who brought healing to Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those for whom we pray, including Miriam Aliyah Bat Mordechai, Iris Wiggle, Sandy Goldenson, Mordechai Waxman, Esther Friedel Zemmel, Zadel Strickhartz, Bezalel Tzvi Ben Yocheved, Levi Isser Ben Kuni Leah, David Ben Gila, Malka Bat Hadassah, Peril Bat Zipporah, David Ben Barbara, Natan Ben Tova, Shoshana Sharon Bat Chana, David Ben Yamin Ben Batya Bat Sarah, Shmuel Velvel Ben Devora, Malka Devora Bat Chana Shifra, Chaya Bat Devora, Bluma Binder, Chaim Israel Ben Vichna, Aina Shir, Bab Satz, Harav Feivel Hendel Ben Belka, Malka Bat Miriam, David Ben Elisha, Ari Kenny, Yonat Zvi Ben Hinda, Yitzchak Ben Gittel, Therese Lankla, Or Yisrael Ben Rachel, Bat Erivka Bat Sufia, Pat Zalotnik, John Granick, Aviva Chana Bat Tova Tikva, Marty Cohen, Leib Aharon Ben Ada, Victoria Bat Pesha, Fagel Bracha Bat Michal, David Ben Leah, Yudit Bat Chana, Eliyahu Ben Shoshana, Meir David Ben Brindle, Rivka Shendel Bat Chana, Shalom Ben Pesel, Chaim Michel Ben Yocheved, Eliyahu David Ben Yodit Chana, Shira Bat Chaya, Anna Boardman, Chaya Bat Rella, Rafal Chaim Ben Sylvia, Saravita Bat Esther, Perla Bat Esther, and Barak Ben Bracha. May the Holy One restore them to fullness of health, of body, of mind, and spirit, blessing them, all those dedicated to the care, and all others on the journey towards recovery and healing.
Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We rise as the El leads us in Aleinu, page 56.
Ladon Chakol, Latate Gedula Leotzer Breshid, Shelo Asanu Kiguye Haratzot, Velo Samanu Kimishbehot Adama, Shelo Sam Chalkenu Kahem, Vigor Aleinu Kachol Hamonam,
Va'anachnu korim
Orim, Umishtahavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech,
Malchai Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
V'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad
Ushemo Echad.
We are seated. This week, we're recognizing as a community the yurtzites of Howard Blitt, Ann Zinman's father and Mark Zinman's grandfather, of Dolly Polson, Roberta Wall's mother, and Jana Zinman's grandmother, Anna Goldberg, Naomi Goodell's grandmother, Joy Carol Schenk, David Schenk's mother, Marianne Kidd, Madonna Cooper's sister, Edward Greenfield, Joseph Barnett's father-in-law, Jack Tarnow, Michael Tarnow's father, Pearl Feldschreiber, Marvin Finkelstein's mother-in-law, Rivi Zimmerman, Karen Baxt's mother, Beatrice Spear, Barbara, your mother, Kenneth Yass, Alan Yass's father, Marcy Goldmindy, your sister, and Edith Scheichen-Mindy, your mother, Paul Harold Cohen, David Cohen's father, Asher Serkin, Eliza Neufeld's brother, and B. Kaplan Edgeworth's mother-in-law. We pray to Hein Nishmatam Tzurot B'Tzuror HaChayim, that the souls of all of our loved ones past be bound in the bond of life eternal. Invite mourners and those observing Yahrzeit to rise in body or spirit, joining with me now in the words of Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divara kerutei ve'amalich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agalah uv'izaman kariv ve'imeru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam ul'olmei ul'maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudsha barich hu le'ela min kol birchata b'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma ve'imeru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshevei tevel, ve'imeru. Amen. You may be seated. Now my pleasure to invite Cheryl Press from our board to share this evening's announcements.
Tell I'm a mom. I have that, like, come hither. Thank you, Yael, for leading us in the service this evening, and thank you to Rabbi Green and Cantor Rubinstein also for leading us. We have some gifts for you, so you can open these when you get home. A wine cup from the Or Tzion Men's Club. A tree has been planted for you through the Jewish National Fund in Israel in your name. A certificate to attend a youth event for free from the Or Tzion Youth Department, a tzedakah box from the Women's League, your own set of Shabbat candle holders from the synagogue, the book Israel Matters from the Center for Jewish Philanthropy. And so open these when you get home, and Mazel Tov, we're thrilled for you. So here, I'll let you take these, and you can go back to your seat. And I will give the rest of the announcements. Thank you, Pam Carson, in the back, for her technical assistance and allowing all of the Zoom and everything to happen this evening. The glasses will help. Or Tzion's next junior congregation is actually tomorrow, November 5th, from 10 to 11:30 with Andre Ivory, right here. Kadima is holding a PJs with Gratitude event on Sunday, November 6th at 11:45 in the morning in the social hall. So you can refer to the e-bulletin to register for that and for all other information. Our Families with Little Shabbat will be on November 11th at 5 p.m. with Rabbi Green. Again, register, check out the bulletin or go on our website to register for that. Also get ready for our pre-Thanksgiving Shabbat social on November 18th. And that will also be an evening of musical Shabbat with Cantor Rubinstein and Or Tzion's music makers. And they haven't been around for a while, and I'm super excited that they're coming back. It's great. It's really a great evening. And then Saturday, November 19th, join Rabbi Aviva Funke for a soulful Shabbat morning service. So that will be very exciting as well. Congregation Bethel, Or Tzion, and Temple Beth Shalom are going ice skating on November 19th at 6 p.m. at the Ice Den. So be sure to check the e-bulletin and register for that if that's your thing. And the Social Action Committee is getting ready for It's a Wrap with JFCS, and you can sign up on our website. A great, great cause for the holidays. And a message from our Health and Safety Committee that they are recommending everyone 6 months and older get a flu vaccine because it is flu season. So check the weekly bulletin for links to these announcements and events. Go to the website for important information on services, programs, and upcoming committee meetings, and mazel tov to the Konashinskis. Thanks. Have a good evening.
All right. Cantor Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen.
You can drink it, and you can share it, or you can chug it. Let's see what she chooses. Sharing it is. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bim.
Berry, 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 bim, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bim. Adonai Oz Lamo Yitzen, Adonai Varachat Tamo Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and Mazel Tov Yael.